Hello, Facebook. So it's a little later than usual, and I don't really have one specific thing that I'm going to do today, so I'm going to kind of bounce around and show a few different things, but we are going to put a little something on here. I'm going to go ahead and put my website on here and just pin it real quick. Maybe. Okay. All right. There we go. We are all set. We are good to go. All right, so I'm going to start off with my primer. Got a few new products in the mail today. They were supposed to be here yesterday, but that's okay. Things get a little delayed. You don't need too much. I don't know if you can see this on my hand, but that's going to cover your whole face. We're just going to rub this in. Get right down on your neck because we're going to blend, so we want everything to stay in place. Okay, we're going to let that kind of just set in. I did apply earlier my Uplift Serum. I absolutely love this. So that is already on and dried in. Okay. Let's see, what should we do today? I think we're going to change it up in a little bit and do our 3D lashes. I've had a few questions on those, so instead of the Epic, or maybe we'll do one eye and one eye. We'll see where we get to. I have a few new palettes, and I also have some splurge creams that I want to show you. But let's go ahead here first and drop everything. Okay. And we're going to apply our BB cream. I'm using Honey, just because I'm tan right now. So I'm just going to put this on here. Grab our powder concealer brush. And I'm not even going to mix this with anything right now. We're just going to kind of dab this all over. And put this all on. Okay. Kind of just blend it in, and then I'm going to just kind of tap the rest of it. I didn't do my eyebrows yet, but as you can see, I don't have anything on them right now. My skin was just as you saw it. They are growing in, and I have been using, not even religiously, I actually need to get a little better on that. I've been using our Esteem Lash Serum. I cannot talk today. Our Esteem Lash Serum. The stuff is amazing. You can use it on your eyelashes, which I do as well, and I use them on my eyebrows. And my brows are pulling through. They are starting to come back to life. Alright, so we're just going to stipple this all in, and the stippling motion is just back and forth this way instead of just rubbing. And that's going to give us a nice finish. I usually do that from the beginning, but we're going to just speed up this process a little bit. Alright, get right up into the hairline. Don't worry about getting your hair. It's okay. I'm going to add a little more on my forehead. Like I said, if it gets in your hair, it's fine. It's okay. I'm going to shower after this anyway, so it's all going to come out again anyhow. Alright. Make sure you have everything blended. Using BB cream is going to give you more of a dewy finish, but if you want more of a matte finish, you can just add the pressed powder, which I'm going to do in a little while. Okay, so that is good enough. I'm happy with that for now. I'm going to take my dual stick. This is in light. I have medium on its way. It should be here any day now. We're just going to go ahead, make ourselves look crazy, but that's okay. And then this side, not quite as dark as what I need, but we're going to work with it until we get our other one. We're going to go right where we're going to contour. Remember, if you make a fishy face, right underneath your cheekbones where you want your contour. And right around here. Okay. Down on your chin and jawline. And I am going to take my blending bud this time. And I'm going to go ahead and use the setting spray, and I'm just going to use this instead of damping it with water or your rose water. Just going to kind of spritz this and use this instead. And we're just going to go ahead. I'm going to do the light first, and then I'm going to go in and get the dark. And I'm doing the same kind of motion with this, that same kind of stippling motion. I'm not really pulling, I'm kind of just blending it in this way. I'm going to put a teeny bit more on here. I really want to get that light color right underneath my eyes. This is going to get it right up and close. Okay. And now we're going to go in and get the dark color or darker color. You can see how it kind of just gave you a little bit of dimension. Alright, that is good. Oh, I still have it in my hair. Don't judge, it's okay. Alright, so we don't need that any longer. Alright, eyebrows. We will touch on them lightly. I'm not going to do anything extravagant with them today. So this is our eyebrows in medium. I'm going to take this side. I'm just going to comb through those lashes and then comb this down. You can see I have like a gap right in here. Hopefully those little hairs will grow back in. And do the same on this side. And then the other side, very thin and small. You can see it right there. Super tiny, and you don't need a lot of pressure, which is great. Okay, so we're just going to take this and follow our natural brow shape, and mine kind of comes up and over, and I like to create that a little bit bigger than what it is. For those of you who are just starting, a trick that you can do as well is actually take your little comb and pull your eyebrow hairs down this way. It's a good way to start. So when you're just learning, until you kind of get the hang of it, and very, very lightly, just in small strokes, I'm going to go right above where those hairs are. And you're going to see in a minute the transformation that it's going to give you by just adding a little bit. I'm going to come out a little bit further and a little bit down right here, and I'm just going to follow this right up and connect them. The hairs are a little bit more scarce right there. So pull these down, and we're going to do the same thing, and we're kind of just going to follow and do little hair stroke lines right down. Don't worry about filling in the brow. We're going to do that in a minute. I'm going to do that on the end just to connect where it is from here to here. And then follow these hairs right back down like that. So then if you take this and brush them back up again, you can see the difference that you already made, and now you can go in and just do a touch up of it. So I'm going to bring this very lightly. I'm hardly touching at all, and you're just going to go ahead and stroke right through in hair-like motions and follow. Probably shouldn't do that, I'm going to break it. Okay. comb through when you need. This is also going to help any little areas that maybe you went a little too dark or you want to soften up. And just follow the natural line. Don't mind my kitty, he wants to go outside. And we're just going to go right ahead and right through here, connect these together. These are where my little hairs are non-existent right now, but growing back. And we're going to just shape this right down. And do the same thing right here. And just pull that right down. And you can already see the difference between each one by just adding that little bit. So once again, your trick for anybody who's just beginning, go ahead and brush your eyebrows down. Follow across very lightly. In natural little hair strokes, very, very lightly. You don't need hardly any pressure. And just let the pencil do its job. This one is actually a little more full besides in the front than my other eyebrow. So we're just going to kind of shape it. Don't worry about any mistakes. We can fix those after. I like to take it out a little bit further just because my eyebrow really is non-existent right here. And then bring the same thing on the bottom and connect. And just go with the natural shape. And then just go ahead and brush what you did back up and blend it all together. And then fill in any little sparse areas that you might have. I usually use this palette to kind of make them a little more bold or extra, but we're not going to do that tonight because we're just going to wash all of this off afterwards anyway. I'm just going to keep them light and simple. So if they're not completely even, that's okay. They're hard to get exact. You can get them close. And then if you have any areas you want to soften up, just use your little brush side, and that's going to take care of that for you. So I feel like this one's a little darker, so we're just going to go in where maybe the little hairs are missing, and we're going to go ahead and just kind of add them in there, just little hair-like strokes. And brush back up. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with those for right now because I'm not going anywhere anyway. I am going to take the Brow Artist brush. It has the two sides. We have the angled side and the flat side. I'm going to take the angled side. I lied. I'm going to take the flat side. And I'm going to use this little pink color that's right here in the bottom of the palette. It's kind of hard to tell in the light. There it is. It's more of a matte that has more of a shimmer. And I'm not going to use a lot, but we're just going to go in right under what we did. This is just going to clean that look up just a little bit. And it's also going to give us a little bit of a color to blend when we do our eyes. And a fuzzy. There we go. And then I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm kind of just going to go right around on top. And it's going to look a little odd for a minute, but once we blend it all out, it's going to help us to fix any mistakes, and we're really going to be able to get the shape that we want. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that for now. We're going to go ahead and do this side. On this one, I like to start more here in the center because I want more of the color to be down here, and then I'm going to pull it up. It's all by preference. Sorry if my hand is making it hard to hear me. And then I'm going to just go ahead and get a little bit more. And I'm not using a lot on the brush. And just pull that right on down. You want to get as close to the line as possible. And sometimes I like to go back real quick and take the brush. I'll just use this one that's right here. and just kind of reshape how I want. So if I see any spots that maybe need a little touching up before I blend it out, I can go right in and take care of those. So like this one, to me, it's a little smaller right here. So I'm just going to take that same color from before, it's that medium, and I'm just going to go right back in and fix anything that I may have gone over or maybe not made quite as dark as I wanted originally. Okay. Just gonna kind of pull this right through and darken it up a little bit. Once we finish the makeup, it's gonna pull the whole look together. So don't be scared to look a little crazy for a little while. It's not gonna last like that. Promise you, we are going to fix it. Okay, so those look about right to me, shade-wise. So I'm gonna go ahead and just stick this cap back on real quick because I don't want to break it off. And we are going to take our fluffy brush that we have right here. This blending brush is one of my favorites. We're just gonna take this and go ahead and blend out that pink color that we have on. And it's okay that we already put our BB cream on, because we're going to go ahead afterwards, instead of having the dewy look, I'm going to go ahead and add on a pressed powder at the end that's going to pull it all together and kind of give it more of a matte finish, and that's going to take care of anything on here. Just kind of blend out. That looks pretty good. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect because you're going to be blending once you do the eyes and everything anyway, and it's going to pull everything together. So I'm going to stick my brush back over here for now. And I have a few new splurge creams. So I have Defiant, which is a really nice coppery color. I also have Noble, which I think I'm going to use today with one of my new palettes. And this is a gray purpley color. It's beautiful. I'm really excited for that one. Oops, and I'm going to drop it. And I've used this one before, and this is our Extravagant. This is a gold orangey color. You can't really see the orange in it as much, but it does have a little bit of an orange flake, I feel like, to it. But it looks really great. I actually wore this to work today and got some compliments on it. So I think I'm going to go ahead and use Noble, which is that purple gray shimmery color. And I have a few new palettes. So these are what our palettes look like. We have 5 total, and I have palette, this is palette 2. These are a lot of our grays and browns, so a lot of our neutral colors in here. Like with the browns, you can use those as a neutral shade out. We have some grays and a little bit of gold. The other palette I have, which I'm probably going to use with the Noble because it has some purples and everything in it, is our palette number 3. You can see those colors. I'm probably going to use this one right here. And palette number 4, which has a couple of our blues, and then we have a lot of our nice kind of gold brown neutral colors. So we can use this as a neutral. These can be used as neutrals as well. So I think I'm going to go with palette 3. And I'm going to go ahead and use the splurge cream first. So I'm going to go ahead and take, which one do I want? I don't know where it is. I'm going to want one that's kind of flat on the end. This will work. It's a little bigger than what I wanted, but this will do. So it's just a little bit fluffy, but kind of flat at the same time, because you don't need a lot of the product. Actually, I'm going to use this end. I don't want to get too much product on there, and that's really flat. So I'm going to get any product I already have off of it real quick, so we don't want to transfer. And I'm going to just lightly dip in. It's very spongy. I don't know if you can see this, but it's like super spongy and soft. And these are great because it's going to go on as a cream, but it's actually going to dry to a powder finish. So this gives you time to place it where you want, blend it out, and add some colors to it. So I'm just going to take a little bit because you can always take it off. or add more rather than take it off. So I'm just going to go right in and kind of keep this more on the outside into the inside, and then I'm going to blend the other color from the palette around it. So I'm just going to kind of take this. Oh, that is so pretty. It's got a lot of sparkle to it, which I really like. I do have some matte ones coming on the way that just haven't arrived yet. So I'm going to try to get up close here so you can see. I'm just taking this and I'm kind of just pressing it where I want it. I'm not really blending into it. I don't know if you can see the sparkle on there. It's very pretty. There's about 30 different colors that you can choose from the Splurge Creams, which is part of our Kudos this month. So it comes with your choice of Splurge Cream. You get an Epic Mascara. And along with that, I'm going to just kind of pull this out to the side a little because I want this corner right here. You're going to get one of our Hottie Lip Plumpers. Wow, guys, I cannot speak today. And those are great. It comes in an original clear, and then there's also 5 additional colors that have been added on. So I have 2 that are arriving hopefully tomorrow or the next day, and then another on order because it's just so pretty, and I had trouble picking what color I wanted, so why not get another one? Okay, so I'm going to go right in on this eye and do the same thing. Now, as you can see right here, I kind of just stayed in this area, and I left that the way it is. And I'm going to kind of let that sit because I want it to blend when I put my other color on. So we're just going to kind of pat this in where we want the color. I'm going to do the same thing and kind of just pull out the corner a little because I want to get it right down there. Just about even. Do one more, and you really don't need a lot. I'm hardly touching this in, and it's giving me all this color. They are super, super pigmented. Same with our blushes, shadows, everything. It's all mineral based. Everything has so much pigment, and you're going to get so much use out of everything. It's not like you're going to run out. I'm just going to go back and kind of touch up this side, and then go back over here just to make sure that they're kind of even. And I'm going to just do this corner. And I'm still just kind of pressing it on and lightly moving it to where I want it, just to kind of give it shape. But when we go back through, we're going to blend it out. And I've never used this color before or the other palette. It's brand new, so we're trying it together. Okay, and I want to just bring this color right here. Because when my eye is open, see how it's making it kind of shut? I don't want that. So I'm going to just bring this up on my outer and kind of just create as if my eye has a different shape than what it has. And I'm just kind of bringing it up and rounding it about. So once we get that other color through here, it's going to make our eyes open. And I've already kind of done that on this side. So we're going to let that sit for a second. And let's see, what color should we take? I think I'm going to take, I believe it's called Flippant. It's kind of a matte color, and we already have enough shimmer, so I think I'm going to go ahead and take that. And I'm going to use, I'm just going to use our angled brush right here. It's fluffy, but it's also going to give me that edge that I want through there. So we're going to take that color, we're just going to tap it on there. And we're going to go ahead and I'm going to start kind of right above what I just did. And I'm just going to blend. And it's going to make that harsh line completely disappear. And I'm just going to kind of blend it in a windshield wiper from here. I'm not going to get down in the corner because we're going to put a different color in there. I'm going to go from about right here on over. So we're just going to go back and forth. And you can see the brush, I'm just kind of spinning it in my fingers like this, and that's going to give it that rolling motion, and that's going to give you your windshield wiper effect. Oops, hold on one second. It's new. Let's take that off. Okay. So we're just going to go right back in right here like we were doing, and we're just going to kind of blend that out. And I'm going to take the fluffy brush after too, but we're just going to pull that color right up onto that eyebrow bone right there. And just kind of keep moving it. And it's already giving us more of a open eye look compared to right here where it kind of looks like my eye is a little slouchy. We don't want that. So I'm going to do the same thing from about right here. And I'm just rolling my brush between my fingers. So you don't need to give it a lot of pressure. It's kind of like a gray purple that I'm using right now, so it's going to blend real nice with this color. And just back and forth. Get that out of there. And just kind of roll it back and forth this way, windshield wiper back and forth. And I know it might look a lot right now, but once we put everything else on together, it's going to pull it all together. So I'm going to take that same brush and I'm going to take the color Tickled right here on the end. It's this one right here. It's got a little bit of a mauve purple color to it. And I'm going to go ahead and kind of just use that in the corner and pull it right up. So I'm going to go from the corner to about halfway over what I did before. That's going to blend that color together. And once we use our blending brush, it's going to all pull together. Tapping my brush off. Once you get a little bit on there, you don't want a lot in a certain spot. Just tap off any excess that's on there. And back and forth here again. Right over that color, and it's going to make that color up here kind of pop out a little bit more. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and grab that blending brush that I used before. And we're just going to blend this all out here. Circular motions and then back and forth like this, and it's already made that less harsh, but don't worry, because that color that we wanted, we're going to make that pop again in just a few minutes. We're just getting excuse me, all of this on here and blending it out so we don't look crazy. You don't want any harsh lines, and by doing the circle motions right here on the corners, that's just giving me that lift that I wanted to almost make my eyes open without having to like pull my eyes up. Okay, so I'm going to go back in. There it is. I'm going to dip back into the color we had in Noble, and we're just going to take a very small amount of that. And we're just going to place it right here, just to bring a little bit of that sparkle and pop of color back to our eye. So when our eye is open, and if you do that right in the center, that's what everybody's going to see when you first open your eye. And when you blink or when you turn, they're going to see that little bit of sparkle, but it's not going to be overwhelming. So I'm just taking that and lightly, and when I show, let me show you here what I'm doing. When I'm taking this, I am literally just barely touching it to this. Hardly anything on the brush at all. We're going to go to this side and we're going to do the same thing. So you're going to open your eye, and right where you would look in the center or where you want that color, I'm going to go from about right here to about right there. Very small area, and I'm just patting it right there. You can even kind of go up in a little bit of a circular motion and move it upwards and do the same thing there. I'm going to dip my fluffy brush in this color called Cheeky. It's got a little bit of a sparkle. And I'm just going to blend that right on the corner and right in. And I'm just going to give this, see how it darkened that up right there in my crease line? We wanted to save that for the end because I didn't want it to cover up that color that I already did. I'm going to pinch, after I get this fuzzy off, I'm gonna pinch my brush, and now I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna make that same area that I just did, but I'm just making it very precise, and it's kind of like a V. Probably easier when I show you on this side. And I'm really just taking it and I'm making it like a V. So we go up into the crease line, so it's going up and then in this way. So it's really just a little bit of a V, but by holding this brush tight, we get a little bit more precise of where we want that to be. I'm going to go back on this side and just blend that out a little, and if it goes a little too far, that's fine. We are just going to take our fluffy brush. We're going to get any color that's on it back off. I'm just using it in here. This is a color cleaner. I just bought this off of, I don't know if it's eBay or Amazon, probably eBay. Okay, and I'm just going to kind of use my hands right here. You could use your fingers too. My nails are a little long so they get in the way. And I'm just going to blend the corner out. And I'm just doing that in a circular motion because I want to keep the color where it is, but I wanted it blended out a little bit, and I didn't want it so harsh right here on the bottom. So I'm kind of just pulling up a teeny bit, not really using any pressure because you don't need any of that. And just I'm literally just going in a circle. Okay, so we did use that pink color. I don't know what I just got on me underneath, but I'm gonna go ahead and take, it's just a fuzzy. Okay, I'm gonna go in and take Determined, which is right here, and it's just a neutral color, and I'm gonna use the same brush I just had, and I'm just gonna go right here, and that's gonna take any harsh lines and blend the colors together. I'm not adding any color. Well, I mean, I am adding color, but it's such a light neutral skin tone color. All it really is making this area a little bit more flesh toned, so when you look at it, it's not so harsh. Once we put our eyeliner and mascara on, it's going to pull the whole look together. And I'm also going to take that color Determined. Actually, I lied. I'm going to take Smitten, which is next to it. This one right here. Got a teeny bit of shimmer to it. I'm going to take the end of this brush because it's fluffy, and I'm just going to kind of pat it in there. And I'm just going to add that right to the corner of my eye. Just in the corner. And that is that. Okay. On to the eyeliner. Ooh, I know what we can take. I got a new one. This is Eggplant. So it looks really purpley, but I'll show you before I use it on my hand. Super soft. I absolutely love these. You can see that on my hand. It's very light. I think that's going to pull this color together. So let's give it a try. Why not? Let's try something new. Okay. So I'm just going to go right on in here, and I'm going to go, another fuzzy, I'm just going to go right on my waterline. Almost like right into my lash line. So it kind of mixes in both. We don't need it to be too bright. And then I'm going to go right into my tight line up here. I almost forgot I got this. And this is going to kind of use that whole purple look and kind of pull it together. So it's, like I said, it's not super dark. And poke myself in the eye. we're even here. All right, there we go. So I'm not going to do mascara yet. We're going to come back to that. Okay, back to our face. So I'm going to just grab our Beachfront Bronzer in Hermosa. And I'm just going to take a fluffy brush that I have for where I did the contour before. And we're just going to start right here, and I'm kind of just going to go and pat that color right on top of what we did before. Don't worry, we're not going to leave it like this. We're going to blend it all out. And same thing on this side. I'm kind of just going to pat it on there, and then we're going to blend it out after. So I'm kind of just placing where I want it first, because if I'm patting it on, I'm going to get more of a color placement of where I want it to be. I'm going to go right along my jawline and down. And just bring that right down. Just going to blend it on in. I'm going to take what's left on the brush first, because I don't want it to be too much. And I'm going to go right along the sides and the top of my forehead, because this is where the sun would naturally hit me. And now we're just going to brush that right on down. I like to bring it down a little bit further, but that's just how my face shape is. So some people like to just keep it up here. Some people like to blend it right on up like this, which I do sometimes. And we're just going to blend this on down. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and I'm going to toss on. So you guys have seen in my previous videos my cocoa or cocoa lip oil that I love. I just got the kiwi one in. This is our Tropical Paradise, I think it's called. Paradise Beach. So we're going to go ahead and just throw a little lip oil on. It's not colored at all. It's just clear. Smells amazing. I really wish I could have gotten the coconut one too, but it's unfortunately already sold out. And I hope it comes back in stock. My lips feel so good. I love both of these. I don't even know. I think I still like the cocoa one probably a little bit more, but I don't know. This is a close runner-up. It feels excellent on your lips. Super, super smooth. Okay. So we are going to go in with a highlighter today, and I'm going to use one that I haven't used in a while, and it is our Touch a la Mode. Take the cap off, doesn't help, which is right here. This does come in the presenter's kit as well. This is our cream to powder, and I'm just going to go ahead, actually, I'm going to switch it up today, and I'm going to do it with a brush and see if it makes a difference. So I'm just going to take a flat brush, and I'm going to just kind of brush a little bit on the end because I really don't want a lot. And I'm going to go right on top of my contour, right there on my cheekbone. And I'm just going to kind of brush this on lightly. Like I said, it is a cream to powder, so it's going to go on like a cream, but when it dries, it's got that powder form. And I'm not going just straight up. I'm kind of going up and back down so I get that natural glow right here. I'm going to go back here and do it one more on the same side here. And just leave that the way it is for now. I'm going to bring a little bit down my nose and any places you want to highlight. So this is in Benevolent, and these are amazing. So I'm going to let that sit for a minute so that that cream to powder can settle, and then we're going to go in and set our whole face with our touch powder. And then we're going to go ahead and do our eyes. So should we do just the 3D today or the Epic? I've had questions on both. So I think I'm going to do Epic on one eye, and I'm going to do the 3D on another eye so people can see and compare together instead of having to go back and forth between videos. So I'm going to go ahead and just take any big brush. You can use the same one. Sometimes I like to use my same concealer brush that's right here. I love this thing, and actually I'm going to take a little bit and just go underneath my eye from what I did before. This is just a little tiny fluffy brush on the other end. I absolutely love this. Guys, this is a game changer. If you only purchase one brush, this one, unless, there's always an unless you're also going to ever get our eyebrow palette, you have got to get, and trust me, I'm one who's like, oh, you can use a different, no, you can't use a different brush. I tried it with a different brush, and I'm going, why is this not coming out the way that I think that it should, or why is this not working? Am I not doing it right? I know I've done my eyebrows before, something wasn't right. This brush came in the mail, game changer. Easy peasy. It was like a whole new world. So I guess if you're going to get brushes, you're going to need, if you use eyebrows or do anything with eyebrows, you're going to need the Brow Artist brush. It's a must. I believe that is $19. And you're going to need our concealer brush. And this thing is so soft. It's a powder concealer brush, sorry. So super soft, and I use this all the time. But I really like to use this end underneath here, which you're going to probably see me come back and touch up. Down in the little creases when you need a little extra, like my nose gets dry or runny, or if you're somebody like me who does this a lot, this is great because you're going to add extra product right around your nose, but it's not going to make it heavy. So anyway, I'm just going to take a big fluffy brush. I don't know, I just got this on Amazon or eBay, and it's nice because you can really get your color where you want it. And I don't want to have, I'm going to have full coverage because I already do. This is 100% full coverage. Our foundation, which I believe I have right here. This is our liquid foundation. This is more of a medium coverage for anybody who has this. If you want to make it full coverage, just go ahead and purchase a concealer and mix these two together. Full coverage right there. Or you can let this dry once you use it and go ahead and use the second coat, and that's going to give you full coverage as well. I personally like the look of the pressed powder, so I'm going to go ahead and use that. And another item that, while I'm at showing you new things, ladies, shine wipes. These things are amazing. Amazing. Sometimes in the morning when I don't have a lot of time, I'll just grab one of these, and it leaves, there's so many vitamins and everything that's in here that is so great for your skin, and trust me, your skin's going to thank you for it. So I have those as well. But back onto our powder. Oops. Because I want to give this, I don't know if you can really see in this light, but I have kind of a dewy finish right now, which I really don't mind sometimes. But especially when I'm going to work or things like that, this is going to keep your makeup in place all day. So I'm really just going to give it a little touch here, and we're just going to go on and go over what we did. Don't mind if you go over your eyebrows a little bit. It's okay. It's just going to kind of, and can you see how you can still see what I did, but it's not so harsh? It's kind of just taking it and taking it down a notch. Get right up into your hairline, ladies. You do not want to have a harsh line. You want everything to be blended. And don't worry, we're going to come back and throw on that mascara soon. We're going to do this, and we're going to set our face, and then we're going to do our mascara. Just kind of go over everything a little bit. Bring it right on down. Just want everything to be blended. And just kind of blend everything right down. No harsh lines anywhere. And I do one more just on my forehead. pull my hair up and just kind of go right along my hairline. Okay. My hair has been like pulled back, been down. It's a disaster. Don't judge. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start with our 3D mascara just because once we get part of it on, you're going to want to let it sit. Okay, so this is our Epic Mascara. Ladies, this is a one-step process. I use this a lot, and it's probably my go-to choice just because I work really early in the morning, or if you just want to do a quick touch-up, this is nice and simple. They're both going to give you length, volume, full effect. And then these are our Fiber Lash, our 3D set. So this is a two-step. I like to call it a three-step, and I'm going to tell you why in a second. But the reason this takes a little bit longer is because you need to do a gel, fibers, let the fiber sit because you can't just put the gel right back on. If you dip that in and that gel brush goes back in and forth, your makeup's it's going to dry out. So you have to kind of let it sit. I'm going to show you a trick when I do that. But the reason I say three-step is because to really get the length, I feel personally to put on a coat of regular mascara, which would be my Epic first, and then do this process. You can do it without that. Try it out both ways and see what works best for you. For myself, I feel like I got a more full lash effect quicker by adding this on first. Totally up to you. So let's make sure that I get this right here. Get this out of the way. We're going to do our 3D lash first. Okay, so it'll tell you right on them, this is your 3D fiber lash, and this is your gel. So I'm going to go ahead and take, you know what, I'll show you without it first, and then you can go ahead and try if you want to do the mascara first, but let me just show you how it comes. So if you were to do just the two-step, you're going to take your gel, and you're going to get your whole lashes coated. Grab this real quick so I can see a little bit better without having to get too close to you guys here. So you can see with the gel, I like to do the bottom lashes completely up to you. That is all by preference. I know some people who don't like to do their bottom lashes, and that's fine. It's a great thing about makeup, whatever you want. You can already see a difference. Now this is just with the gel on. So here's the thing though. You don't want your gel to dry. So I really recommend you have to do this part first. I'm just getting a little extra length. And you can even take this and do it on the back side like this of your lashes and kind of pull down. See that length I'm already getting? I mean, look at that. That is amazing. And then I'm going to pull back up again because I really want my lashes to go in the right direction. Okay, that right there, that's just the gel. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to put the cap back on that. We're going to take our fibers. Here's my trick. Ladies, I know that these fall out. They're fiber lashes. Sometimes I even do, if I'm going to wear these, I do this first and my makeup after. Preference. Take them. Some people rub it on the back of their hand. I like to just take my fingers and pinch. Because I'm taking any of those extra fibers, they're coming off of my finger. So now those are going to be less. If you didn't do that, those are going to be fallout lashes. So I'm really just kind of giving it a good little pinch. And like so. Hold on, bear with me 1 second. I got fibers on my finger. I'm going to use one of my shine wipes. I don't really want to waste it, but we'll just use the corner of it. That's fine. Okay. And shine wipes are $20 on the website, and like I said, I absolutely love them. Okay, so we don't want this to dry real quick. I'm just going to one more quick little coat of the gel just because you want your gel to still be wet. So now we pinch the fibers. And I don't want to go too close to my lashes at the bottom first. I kind of want to start in the center and work my way up, because you don't want those fibers to get in your eyes, especially if you wear contacts like me. And then just pull these ones down. Oops, sorry. I wasn't on camera. I apologize. See, I have a couple, I don't know if you can see them, little lashes, fibers that fell. I like to take the fibers and go this way to get those little hairs on the end, the lashes. And the best thing about this is you can do another coat if you want. You can leave it how they are and just lengthen those lashes. So here's the thing. Let it sit. You do not want to go right back in. I want to let those fibers kind of set in. Sometimes I like to take my finger and look up and go right to that lash line and kind of just press. I'm kind of just pressing, but at the same time, it's almost like I'm curling my lashes. And that's any tiny little fibers that may have been close to your eye that you don't want. That's going to keep those from falling in. And like I said, this is just what I've done for my own self that has worked. So I'm going to go ahead and just, I mean, really, who needs falsies? Check those babies out. And that's just one coat. I do like to pull over a little bit, and I want to get those little babies in the corner. I don't want to leave anybody out, and these are tickling my nose because they do fall occasionally. I'm going to put my fibers back in because I don't want them to dry out. And I'm just going to take the fluffy brush that I used before with my powder. And just like that, those couple little fibers are going to fall right away. So we're going to leave that the way it is and let it sit there for a second. So while that's kind of drying before we put on our last coat of gel, unless you prefer to do another coat, to me, that is good for now. I do like a very full lash, so I would probably, if I was going to go out, do another coat just because. But I'm going to go ahead and show you the Epic Mascara. So here is our one step. So you don't have to worry about the fibers. There's natural curling in this. If you have very, very straight lashes, just by nature, some people do, I recommend maybe you might need to give your lashes a little curl. For most everybody, though, who doesn't have that, you're going to get a curling effect. Okay, so we're going to just go ahead. So this is our fibers that are drying, and I'm going to go ahead right over here. Poke myself in the eyeball again. And we're going to do some Epic Mascara. I'm getting right down to the root and pulling up because we want to lengthen our lashes. I'm going to get those bottom lashes. Now my lashes are really long anyway, and the Esteem Lash Serum has been helping with that. So sometimes if you look down, hold on, like this, sorry, I apologize, and pull up this way, you're not going to hit this area as much. If you do, it happens. Just wait until they dry and take a little Q-tip. It'll come right off. We're going to get right down to that lash line. And we're pulling upward. Sometimes you can just blink. That's what I do a lot. It's just and pull right down. Like I said, I poked myself in the eye, but I do that on pretty much a daily basis. So it happens. Okay. I'm going to get this corner because I got a lot of little lashes that are stuck down in here. Sometimes I can take it and go this way too. But right now I'm just going to pull these up because I want to get them from their little roots. Get those lashes, girls. Get them. You want to get them all. Coat them all. And if you can see, this almost gave the effect, well, that one kind of did too, like I have eyeliner on, but I don't. So I'm going to let this dry because I do like my lashes a bit longer, and I'm going to go ahead and we're going to seal up this side after I get this out of my eyeball because I poked myself in the eye. No worries. Okay, so right now these are our 3D lashes on here, just one coat, and this is one coat of our Epic. So I'm going to go in and take our transplanting gel, and we are going to go over now that these are dried on. Oops, get that off of there. We're just going to go ahead and we're going to seal these fibers in with our gel. I'm going to do a quick little one on top, nothing big because I don't want to pull my lashes down, but I want to make sure that those fibers aren't going anywhere. And I'm going to do the same thing, oh sorry, same thing on the bottom again. I will have a new setup pretty soon. I bought a cute little vanity and I'm going to have, hopefully, a little bit easier with the lighting and staying. I'm a little too low right now for where I need to be sitting. I apologize for that. It is in the works. Okay, so we're just going to pull right up, make sure you get to the very tip of those lashes. Those little babies down in the corner. And now I'm taking the gel though, and I'm going right to the lash root and pulling up. Okay. I don't know if I turn this side. Can you see the length of these lashes? I mean, let's be real here. Let's be for real. They are phenomenal. Okay, back to the Epic. So this is dried a little bit. I'm going to give it a quick little top coat is what I usually do because I like to let it sit first. And I'm going to come back in. And we're just going to roll our brush up from the root. Get the corner. Oh. Fuzzies everywhere today. Fuzzies everywhere. Okay. I'm getting the corner. Get those little baby hairs from before. And we're pulling our lashes up. We want to lengthen. Check those babies out. Okay, so just to recap here, this side is our Epic. This is 2 coats. I put on 1 coat and I let it sit. Pull those little lashes down. Okay. So we did 1 coat over here of just our gel. Then we did a coat of fibers. We let it sit. We put on a coat of our Epic. Went back and sealed our gel again because you want to seal them in place. So that's what it looks like with just 1 coat. This is 2 coats of Epic. I think they are very similar. Time consuming wise, I think that once you get used to it and the hang of it, it's not so bad. So for anybody who just wants a quick on the go, they don't want to fuss, you're going to want the Epic. For somebody who wants to, and I'm going to go ahead right now, and just because we're already here, I'm going to do a quick second coat just to show you how you can build them more. And you can build these more too. You can just keep on adding on. Girl, they are your lashes. Do whatever you want. I prefer lots of lashes myself. So I'm going to go right back in with our gel. And we are just going to go ahead and do a coat of gel right on top of what we did. Okay, because you want those fibers to have something to stick to. And now we're going to go with our fibers. Okay, remember, pinch your fibers or if you don't want to touch them, roll them on your hand. I personally think this works better because you're really, any of these big fibers like this, you don't want those falling out and you don't want those on your face. So I'd rather them come off. Trust me, there are plenty of fibers in here. Having a couple go away is not going to make you lose anything. And we're just going to pinch. And the reason you want to make sure that you wait before you put your last thing of gel on is if these fibers are still wet on your eyes, that means the fibers are going to be going on your wand. That's going to go back in your gel. So we're going to take our fibers and like I said, you're going to get some fallout. It is inevitable. There is nothing that I know of that's going to stop that. This is going to help, but it's not going to stop it. So we're just going to take our brush and just brush them away. They'll just disappear. They're just fibers. We're going to let that sit for a second and we're going to go back in with our gel. Make sure that this cap is on nice and tight. You do not want to dry it out. We're going to give it just a second. But you can see they're pretty well compared. This one, I can do a whole nother coat if I want to, but right now they're pretty even. Another thing you can do if your mascara or even I believe the gel starts to get a little dry, take a little bit of rose water, put a little drop in there, back to good. All good. Okay. So I feel like they're pretty dry. So when I blink, I don't really feel them. So we're going to go ahead now, and now we're going to go all the way from the root up because we want to get all those fibers, all those little hairs, lashes, hairs, you know what I mean. Sorry, let me get back in camera here. And we're just going to seal these in. Move that little fiber out of the way. And that is that. So I don't know if you see a huge difference or if you have a personal preference. Like I said, you can go back and throw as many coats on as you want. So if you wanted to even them out and do coat for coat, just add a little bit onto your tips here. It's going to automatically lengthen those lashes. Not even going all the way to the root. I'm really just touching just the tips. Like so. Can you see the length? It's pretty cool. Okay. So right now in our kudos though, Epic Mascara, your choice of a splurge cream, and you're going to get one of those lip plumpers, but I don't have it yet, and it's the Hati lip plumpers. So when you put them on, you're going to feel a little bit of heat, but you're going to feel a cooling effect with it as well, and they're going to just give you a little bit of a plump. The one that is the original that is clear, you can wash and cleanse your face, get all ready, and then throw it on before you go to bed and wear it overnight as well. So that's always an option too. All right, I forgot to set my face. So we're just going to go ahead and do it now because I'm pretty sure that my lashes are pretty much dry. I feel like I got a little fiber on me. And that just kind of pulled the whole look together. It would probably be better if my hair was more done today, but it is what it is. I'm trying to think if I have anything else to show you that I have received. I do have another order on its way. If anybody has any questions about any of these at all, or you want to shop any of these products, just go to my website, allthisglam.com, and you can purchase it there. You can take the presenter's kit and run with it. You can join my team. I'd love to have you. And we're going to set our face. So we want our makeup to stay in place all day long. I have a picture I probably should post from earlier when I did my makeup. And I was at work, got home, it looked exactly the same. It didn't budge at all. The only thing that I touch up, because I'm obsessed, is I use this all throughout the day. This is on me like 24/7. I highly recommend. I believe, I'm sad to say, but it's great too. I still really love this one. That the kiwi has little pieces of kiwi in it. It is the Beachfront Kiss lip oil. And this is in Paradise Beach. This is the only one remaining right now. The other ones have already sold out. Hopefully they'll come back in stock. Fingers crossed. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and set our face. I like to bring it right down my neck because that's why you see me do this, because I blend my makeup down. I want it all to stay in place. I love this stuff. I seriously love this stuff. So if you don't want to use setting spray, or you don't have it, maybe you have the rose water, you can set your face with rose water. Not a problem. Either one of them will do the trick. I prefer just to use my setting spray, and I keep my rose water for after I cleanse my face morning and night. So this is just a simple look. Any questions on anything? If you're catching this afterwards and you don't see that red live button up in the corner, just shoot me a comment, leave me a message, emoji, anything that lets me know that you were here or that you saw the video. And if you have any questions or there's something you want me to do or show you, I have so many more. We've got lots of palettes to play with, lots of colors, and I can't wait to come back and show you guys more. So I will look forward to seeing you, and I should be back on tomorrow. So I will talk to you guys soon. Have a good night. Bye.